welcome to a Q&A. I'm sorry that I look like, I don't know what has happened, but is it the light? It's probably the light, you know. So I asked you guys if you could ask me you know what, I'll just put my hair up, okay? I asked you guys if you could give me some questions on Instagram, and I got it. That's weird. No. Okay. I asked you guys if you could give me questions on Instagram, and you did, so I'm going to reply to those questions. Why? Don't care about what you look like, you're just going to answer some bloody questions. Put this on my Instagram, ask me questions. Where I looked a little bit better. Look at the difference. Oh. Anyway, what is your best friend you have made through Instagram? I feel like I have a lot of best friends. Does that make sense? When did you start doing ultra running? So I think, if I remember correctly, I was 15, and then I started doing ultra running, and then it just, like, I loved it from the start. So in the span of, like, in 2 weekends in a row, I did first one 50k ultra in the forest. Yeah, and that was my first ultra, and then the week after, then I did like 67 kilometers on a backyard ultra. If you could change any one thing in the world, what would that be? Peace on earth. If I say something that is actually possible to change, like peace on earth, people have egos, people are idiots, so I don't think that will be something that we will achieve actually. But if I could change something, that is that people, like, I just want people to know that it is possible to live a life that is not like you can live in a car and have fun and have a good life anyway. I just want people to know that, and I don't, like, if you want the career and everything, go for it. But just know that there is actually another life, and I would love more people to try it. Western States, hard rock or UTMB? I don't do trail running. Do you have any running tips? I have so many running tips. Where do we start? Like, everything is so individual. I actually do coaching, so DM me on Instagram and I will give you some information if you're interested. But any running tips, like ultra running tips, I can give some ultra running tips, or like just generally start running. So when it comes to generally starting running, I would say that, like, one tip that is, like, really, if you don't know this tip, you need to know it. You should always mix up the training. Have one day where you do like a slow long run, and then you have one day where you do intervals, because you need to kind of, you can't always train like a middle ground, because then you're never going to get better. So. Also, another running tips that I really love is that, like, run with a bike shirt, you know, with the pockets in the back. Because then you can bring stuff and you don't need like a full backpack. I can try to find one. I didn't find it, but I have one and it's really good, like, for training. My forehead is getting bigger and I don't like it. I have pants on actually. It's just shorts, I promise. Normally I max run 50 to 60k, but in 1 year I will do 100k. Do you have any tips, and is it any different? So the difference between 60k and 100k is that 100k is much harder. It's like you're not running in the night, hopefully, depending on if you do like a round in a circle, because then it probably don't take that long. But if you're running in the night, there are huge differences. Like running in the night versus running in the day, you kind of get another level of tiredness. But just if you have run 60k, you can run 100k. I promise. If you just like take it slow in the beginning, take it slower than 60k. I mean, like, it's much longer. It's even a marathon longer, and the last percent of an ultra race. One example is that I did a 113k 12-hour race, and I felt like that was 70%, but maybe I would manage to do 120. That's just, like, that would be my max 100%, and that's just 7 kilometers more. So like the last percents of a race, they are harder. So just think about that, and yeah, go slow. How much does trail running affect your daily approach to difficulties in life? So I don't do trail running. I don't know why people think I do trail running, but I don't do trail running. If I say ultra running, like how my life is getting affected by ultra running in the sense of like solving problems and stuff, I think, oh, by the way, here's my bike shirt. It was on the floor. I am a mess, just so you know. So this is what I mean with the pockets, like this. Yeah. I need to wash. Where were I? Oh yeah, so I think that generally I searched myself to the sport because I already have an approach of like, life is not that hard. Everything will be okay in the end. And I think that because I have that approach, I started doing ultra running. I don't think ultra running came first. My pain tolerance has gotten higher. Like, nothing hurts more than an ultra. So right now, I don't know, it depends. But yeah, I think that my pain tolerance has increased. But other than that, I don't know. Are you planning to run in France? Not really. The nearest future, I have a lot of different plans, and I've already been to France. Okay, this is in Norwegian, but I will just translate it. So, what got you to start with ultra running? Honestly, when I started running, it was because I wanted to burn calories, because I wanted to take control over something. But when I started ultra running, it was more like of a challenge. I also kind of just ended up there, like everything I do. So I was kind of invited and I said yes. I'm a yes sayer, like I say yes to a lot of things, and sometimes it goes a bit too far. I did really good. I felt like I had talent for it, and then I just like did a world's best result, and then I got a lot of media attention, and then I got sponsors, and then I was kind of stuck, you know. Have you ever encountered runner's knee? I could run 30 kilometers a week and can now barely do 1 kilometer. So sometimes if I get pain in my knee, I guess it's sort of runner knee kind of thing, and it, like, as soon as I feel the pain, I stop running. So I think you, person who asked, I think you ran with pain, because otherwise it wouldn't get worse. If you could run 30 kilometers, you can probably do it again, but the more you run, so when you start feeling an injury, if you do one more run, you have to rest for a week. If you do one more week of training, you have to rest for a month. If you do one more month of training, you have to rest for a year. So it's kind of like, if you keep running on your injury, you're fucked. Don't do that. Don't keep running on your injury. Also do strength training, and also one of my best tips for knee injuries is like massaging the quads, because often, like in my experience, often the quads are tight, and that's why you get runner's knee or injuries in your knee. That's why I get it, at least. But actually, just like 1 week ago, I had pain in my knee, and then I didn't push, and then now I'm good. What do you think of when you are running for that long? I always get bored. So I don't think, like in the beginning, so I have like phases of running ultras. In the beginning, I just think about a lot of real ideas, just a lot of ideas. My brain gets really creative. The second part is like just empty. I don't think about anything, and I don't get bored. It's kind of like a meditative state. Then third phase, I feel drunk. I feel like I've never been drunk actually, but I feel like it would be, that is the feeling of being drunk, because I get crazy. Like I start singing, I start dancing, I don't care about anything. So it kind of feels like I'm acting as I would if I were drunk, like a little bit tipsy at least. I've also talked to like one of my friends that study psychology, and we talked about this, and she thinks there is something in what I'm saying, like that if you run this far, it affects your brain in the same way as alcohol do. So yeah, that's the third phase. And the fourth phase is just like really tired, start to see things actually. So then I tried to not die. When was the first time you ran above marathon length? So I was 15 and it was 50k in the forest. Yeah, in 6 hours or something. I had done like one marathon on training before that, where I ate like one banana and a rice cake for energy. So yeah, I wasn't experienced, so to say. Oh, here's an assumption. You cannot decide on a favorite food. That's completely right. But I always come back to Swedish tacos. Do you use headphones while running? I'm always too scared to do that on the road. So most of the time I don't use headphones. I don't listen to music. I never listen to music on my runs. Sometimes I listen to podcasts, but then I just hold my phone in my hand, or I talk to mom or something. But you can also get these special kind of headphones that they're just like a thing here and they vibrate into your brain or something. I don't know. Then you can hear your surroundings. So if you think about that, you can do that. Also, the roads here in Norway, they're not that dangerous. If I run in Italy on the roads there, I would never run with anything. Like, I need to be fully aware of my surroundings because otherwise I'd die. When is your next visit to America? I've never been to America, so when is my first visit to America? I don't know, because I have places to go before that. I want to go to Africa, and then I want to go to Oceania, like New Zealand and Australia first. So, but I will definitely go to America at some point. Now my camera is blinking, so I'm going to hurry up. How do you prepare for ultra races, carb loading, etc.? No, I don't carb load. I just eat normally, and then I decrease my training. So, and then I just pack everything, and I mentally prepare a lot, like a lot of visualization and stuff. When it goes good, it goes really good. When it goes bad, it goes really bad. The next question is 1, why? 2, when? And 3, can you do a handstand? So why? Like, why life? I don't know, I was born here. When? 2024 is it now? And can you do a handstand? No, absolutely not. Like, against the wall, I can do like a one-hand handstand, but a free handstand? No way. I'm the least athletic athlete there ever is. I actually posted a reel about it, like, runners are the least athletic, and everyone were like, no, it's just you, and I was like, yeah, I suck. So thank you so much for watching this video. Follow me on Instagram, buy my merch. Where's my merch? Ah, camera's dying. Don't shrimp about it. You got this.